We begin with some high school basketball where Section 4 had a jam-packed lineup of games, so let's get right to the highlights. We start in Union Endicott where the Tigers host the Maine Endwell Spartans. Jeremiah Thesselman to Quadir Shabazz gets the corner three, first Tigers basket of the game. Then it's Joey Generelli to Shabazz, starting things off hot. Nice little bounce pass there. Preston Ocker misses the three, but Luka Yonishi is there to clean it up. He finished with a game-high 23. Generelli to Shabazz again. Good connection between these two. Shabazz finishes with 11. Then it's Preston Ocker. Answers with a three, ends up with 16. Generelli just dropping dimes out here. I mean, get this man to be quarterback. Full court pass, ball doesn't hit the ground. Chris Zelowitz with the finish. The Spartans are able to pull away. Marco Conrad with 22 on the night. He gets the and one. The Spartans come out with the win, 68-57. Over to Forks at Valley, where some fun at the student sections getting into the rivalry. We pick it up in the fourth. Nate Robb, the and one, and Forks trail by 10. Then it's Warren Walter, three. Put the Warriors up by 14. Michael Doyle answers with a three again. Warriors running away with it. And this one, Doyle again takes the drive, the tough layup. I mean, how did he finish that? Doyle finishes with 12. Robb trying to keep it close. The right-handed layup, but the Warriors were just too much. Ali Khan Murat, the nice move down low. He's able to get the finish. Murat finishing with a game-high 19 points. The Warriors get the win over the Blue Devils, 63-47. Senior night for the Black Knights out at Windsor as they host Susquehanna Valley. Picking it up in the second, tied at 13. Sam Miller, three. He finishes with 16 on the night. Windsor off the inbounds. Ryan Waddle right there for the easy bucket. Black Knights down three. Joshua Cantone hits the three to tie things up at 20. Sabres staying in it. Carter Birch, three for the Sabres. He'd finished with 18, which was tied with Alex Ludman, who'd lead. They both would tie to lead the Sabres. And then right before half, the missed attempt, Nick Soriano comes away with it. He'd put the puck back up. He'd lead with a game-high 21. Soriano also getting things involved with a nice dish to R.J. Burnett. The Black Knights get the win on senior night, 74-61. Norwich taking a trip to Oneonta for a stack heavyweight matchup. Start off in the fourth. Purple Tornadoes, Mitchell Collins drains the three to cut the lead to 2. The star of this one was the Yellow Jackets, Britton Z, able to get the and one off the inbound. It's really an and one if you don't scream after you get the and one. I mean, come on now. Norwich's Stephen Dowdle with his signature drive, tuck, and lay-in. He had 23 on the night, but Z was a man on a mission. He dropped 30 points to help secure the Stack East Division crown in a 63-58 win over Norwich. A big matchup out in Elmira as the Express hosts the Binghamton Patriots. Zubair Griffin starting off the scoring for the Patriots, making it look easy behind the back. Euro step, finished it for 2. I mean, he's just so smooth with it. And then down on the other end, Express looking for their first points. Naheem Brown Jr. from the wing. He'll hit the 3. And then time winding down in the first quarter, Griffin chucks the ball down court. Derek Abu Jr., who's usually the quarterback, but on this, he's at the receiving end. Nice finish for the lay-in. Patriots up by 10. Patriots continue to push. Griffin from the top of the key knocks down the triple. He finishes with 32 points on the night. Patriots with another outlet pass, but Anthony Kitchings says, get that out of here. He's there with the block. The Express able to keep it close, but Binghamton comes away with the win, 69-59. And taking a look at the scores around the southern tier, Lansing had a 2-point win over Trumansburg, while Newark Valley dropped its road matchup to Elmira Notre Dame. Marathon squeezed out a 61-57 win over Groton. The Lions took care of business at Whitney Point with a demanding 21-point win. Walton Downsville only won by 2 points at home against Union Springs with a 38-point win over Tioga. Whitney Point girls squad getting the win by 23 over Dryden. The Cardinals doing the same, defeating the Crusaders 78-36. Delhi had a 53-35 win over Tioga. The Spartans' Elizabeth Kraft scoring her 1,000th career point, so a big congratulations to her.